Hey everyone, welcome back to some more Planescape Torment. It's actually been like 2 weeks since I last played, and I think we just got done talking to Ilquix here. So we still have O, we have a group of knights over here, the Mercy Killers, and then I'll probably at least want to visit demons and see what they're about. So let's get exploring.
And your will be done.
Or talking. Let's get talking. You see a man standing stock still. He isn't moving a muscle. On closer examination, it appears that he isn't even breathing, just standing. His eye sockets are empty holes in his face. Contained within their bounds is a flat gray light that seems to dance with possibility. Looking into the sockets, the eerie, empty feeling of a limitless void shivers through you, as if you had gazed into a sliver of eternity. The head slowly swivels towards you. You notice that no muscles appear to move under the skin as he turns, and he speaks in a pure, bell-like tone. "Well met, Wanderer. You have forgotten again, haven't you? Do you know me, stranger?" As he opens his mouth, you get the feeling of eternity again. Inside his mouth, you see no tongue, no teeth. It's almost as if the man were a shell surrounding an illimitable expanse. "I have spoken with you before, and always you forget. Your endless quest to discover yourself ends always in your amnesia. You draw close to the truth and recoil. Let us hope that you have the strength to endure your existence." "What do you know of me? How do you know this?" "I know that you, like a fly, rise up from the wreckage of your old shell, buzz about for a time, and curl up and die at the window of truth. You bumble about the pane, seeking the light without any plan to your actions, and fall exhausted when you fail. You alight on others to feed from them for a time, and move on with no regard to them. I have watched you come here, and listened to your words, and watched you move away no wiser. Will you learn from your mistakes, Seeker?" "Who are you?" "I am O." For some reason, when he speaks the name, it sounds like he's speaking of a much more than a single letter, as if the speaking of his name contained untold possibilities and nuances. No human tongue could ever create such a sound. "What sort of name is that?" "It is my name. It is the name of a portion of eternity. I am a letter in the divine alphabet. Understanding me leads to understanding existence. I am writ in the true names of half of everything. My being encompasses truth. I am mathematic, organic, metaphysic." "So what does that mean?" "The divine alphabet is writ in the name of everything that exists, from the seed at the hearts of the elemental planes to the core of the great beyond. My brothers, sisters," a single word translates into the two in your mind, "and I reach across to all that is, was, or ever shall be. We are thought and reality and concept and the unimaginable." "Oh, wow. So he is a portion of what makes up everything, then. I guess like the entirety of everything's DNA. Tell me about the great beyond. You would not understand. No mortal possibly could. It is beyond the powers of comprehension of all but the most powerful of powers. And once they understand, they move beyond the veil of mortal comprehension. I can explain it no more than that. Perhaps sometime you will understand. Then answer some other questions for me. What is it you wish to know?" "Tell me of the patrons in this tavern." "The patrons of this place are varied, yet all mortal. Like all mortals, their concerns are limited, with the potential of blossoming into the actual truth. I can tell you this, though. You may find a companion dear to your heart here. At least, as dear as your heart will allow. I guess he's talking about Dakon. I think I should be insulted, but I'll let that slip. Answer another question, will you? I wish I could not be as rude as that, but we'll do that. Have you seen or heard of Farad, the Collector? I know where he is. I can give you only one word. Nearby. You will find him in the Hive, under a veil of secrecy. That's what all your questions seem to be under as well. Can you give me the answer to another question? What was that you were saying about the divine alphabet? Okay, so I'm back here again. I wanted to ask him about the secrets of existence. Oh, or number 2. So, what are you doing here, O? Why, I am watching the ebb and flow of mortality. And what do you see? You mortals are like wasps. You build your lives nests from the slimmest of branches, and when the wind shakes your home life free, you seek to sting the wind to death. Instead of realizing your foolish mistakes, attempting to repair the damage you have caused yourselves, and learning from your experience, you bring harm to any who have the misfortune to blunder near you in your time of pain and distress. My advice to you, and to all mortals, stop acting like an insect, and start acting sentient. I'll think about that. Do you know all the secrets of existence? I know parts of many of them. Without a connection to my brother sisters, I am but a letter. Alone, I am a symbol. Combined, we are language and power. So, you don't know the secrets of existence. I did not say that. A letter is still a powerful force, even on its own. Allow me to show you. He opens his mouth wider, and wider still. The mask of his face tears around his eyes, mouth, and nose, revealing that hint of eternity you glimpsed earlier. You are lost in it, adrift in it, a part of it. You return to your mundane senses, and realize that O has vanished, yet somehow your horizons have expanded. Enlightenment has brushed you, however briefly, across the brow. That was indescribable. We gained +1 wisdom point permanently.
All right. Your
What's
will
up?
be
Okay.
done.
Let's talk to the Mercy Killers. An armored behemoth, this man is huge. He also seems to have a very keen eye. It misses nothing that transpires around him. It also seems that he has no interest in speaking to you. Farewell, then. This metal table is scarred with... Oh, we already read that. You see a grizzled, burly man in spiked armor. He eyes you coolly and slowly, up and down, evaluating you. He pauses for a time on your face, almost as if it jogs his memory somehow. He sighs then, and says, "Can I help you with something, friend?" Did you recognize me? I thought I did. But those pictures are centuries out of date, and the suspect would be dead by now. Of course, these are the planes. Stranger things have happened. Still, if you're the fellow I'm thinking of, looks like you've served your sentence by means of pain. What can you tell me about this person you're talking about? 'Twas a particularly brutal criminal, from what I understand. This was, of course, centuries ago. Immense strength, they said, and enough anger to tear the head from a Barar. Not Assad to be messing with. Word is, he got himself surrounded by a Red Death Patrol, escaped through a portal, and hasn't been seen since. They have pictures of him. Take away some of the scars, and you might be related to him. Probably not him, though. Sounds like a nasty fellow. can I ask you something else? Oh, what do you want to know? Who are you? Me? I'm Tarner. What's with the outfit? Oh, it's a uniform of kind. We're the Red Death, mercy killers. We're the justice folks. Someone commits a crime, we bring him to justice. We right wrongs, too. You want to know more? Go talk to one of the recruiters. Fair enough. Will you answer something else for me, though? Sure. Who are your friends here? They're Caleb and Illisden. Caleb's the new meat, the new recruit. Illisden's the muscle. I'm the brains. Oh, what are you doing here? Waiting for a criminal. This will be eager Caleb's first arrest. The Burke we're waiting for ever shows up. Are you some kind of police force, then? Okay, we already did that. So, let's think here. Can you tell me about this place? This? It's a smoldering corpse. Chant is this place is full of portals and such, but then that's true of almost anywhere in Sigil. Good cheap drinks. If you don't mind the company of bubbers and fiends, it ain't a bad place to be. You want to know more about the place? Talk to the bartender or something. Alright, very well. Farewell. Sounds like I've been here before.
I hear your words. I will your will be done. Balance in all things.
Alright, let's talk to, I guess, Aethelgrin. You see a scaled fiend who looks very similar to the one standing next to him. In addition to the pierced left ears, both are black-hued and reptilian, with bat wings tucked against themselves. This one is missing a tooth on its right side. Ah, Tergin, it says. Our old friend has returned to pay us a visit. So he has, Aethelgrin. So he has. Yet, his eyes do not gleam as once they did. What do you suppose brings him back to us? What does bring you back to us, friend? Who are you guys? Ah, Aethelgrin, time has robbed our companion's memory. You honestly do not recall us, do you? Truly, I am aggrieved, but as am I, Tergin. Truly aggrieved. Yet, I rest easy. It has, after all, been many hundreds of years. And we know how the minds of mortals tend to dissipate with age. Ah, well spoken. Old friend, we are a pair of Abishai, on leave from our current assignments in Beator. I am Tergrin, the thrice damned, so named for my ability to find the best in every situation. This is Aethelgrin, who has earned himself no special name, though not for lack of trying. Lack of trying? What do you mean? Aethelgrin ignores you as it responds to his companion. And once again, Tergrin, you have cut straight to the truth of the matter. Though perhaps it is best not to have earned the sort of notice one bearing the name Thrice Damned must surely have incurred. Do you guys mind if I ask questions? What whispers to you? Boss, I don't like this. They're not supposed to be here. The Blood War hasn't kicked the Celestials' asses bad enough that any fiend can go on furlough. They want something. Tread carefully. In the meantime, Tergrin continues to respond to its companion. In its turn, Tigarin ignores you as it responds to its comrade. Once again, I maintain that any notice is better than no notice at all. The Abashi turns back to you. Old friend, does this answer your question as to our identities? I suppose it will have to do. I have some questions. Some questions. Perhaps we have some answers. We are certainly eager to aid you, old friend. What are you doing? What are we doing? Why, is it not perfectly clear, old friend? We are on leave from our beloved assignment, taking for ourselves some much-needed rest, and perhaps inducing some additional recruitment for our glorious cause. Our superiors fully support our presence, to be sure. In a more immediate sense, we are taking our entertainment in this delightful establishment, and of course, we are celebrating the return of our old friend. However, the stench of the breezes, which occasionally waft a scent of goodness in the door, debases us somewhat, leaving us physically, mentally, and spiritually weaker. Fortunately, the air in this ward of the city carries a delicious tang of pain and supplication. Wouldn't you agree? Again, the fiend smiles broadly at you. Oh wow, what have I done? I had some other questions. Tell me about fiends. As we see it, there are two kinds of fiends. Those who are correct, and those who are not. On our side, that of Batazu is correct. The other side, that of the cursed hatred and idiotic Tanari, is incorrect and must be exterminated. We hold the Tanari directly responsible for the Blood War. Were it not for them, we could have settled the lower planes in peace, and wouldn't have all the bother of fighting this wretched war, nor would the unfortunate spillovers into other planes be such a cause for concern among the namby-pamby do-gooders. The Tanari are directly to blame for the multiverse's sad state of affairs. That's not really what I was asking. I wanted to know what differentiates you from them. The fiend pauses for a moment, and then brightens. Ah, yes. You see, we represent law and order. Those who break the law must be punished. If we have no law, we only have anarchy, and surely you can see what anarchy has done for the Abyss. It has spawned horrors beyond imagining. Any excesses the Batazu state may have indulged in are simply to counter the rising tide of chaos represented by the Tanari. We mean no harm to anyone. We just prefer to understand where the boundaries are. Two different sides of evil. One is the murdering psychopath who just kills randomly. The other side is someone who crushes you with law, like gag orders, and just pummels you because you can't defend yourself using the system. Neither are particularly nice. One is terrifying, the other one you're powerless. I see. I had some other questions. What is this place? This is the Smoldering Corpse Tavern, one of the more entertaining taverns your kind has seen fit to erect in this city. The poetic justice of the burning fellow at the front of the establishment is really quite a fine touch. Was there something else you wish to ask? Yeah. Do you know a collector named Farid? Farid? I have heard the name. Is he not the sage of some sort, a necromancer? Or is he a diviner of rubbish? I have heard of him, friend, but I have not had the pleasure of his company. Perhaps one of the other patrons here can help you. Perhaps. I had one more question for you guys. I'm looking for a journal. I keep no journals, friend. I have counsel that you should not either. Ask my dear comrade Tegerin why, and you shall receive enlightenment. Very well. Tegerin, why should I not keep a journal? Because, friend, it is easy to make the mistake of committing a true word to posterity, and easier still for someone you once trusted. And here he shoots a glance at the venom, a glance of full venom at Applegrim. To find that word and use it against you. Indeed, it can even lead to actions tantamount to desertion. Leaving or losing a journal can cost you your very existence. I see. Well, farewell then. Boss, I'm more sure than ever that these Burks ain't on the up and up. Sounds to me like they deserted. Like they're looking for some angle that'll elevate their status in Baitor. You don't want to be talking to him, boss. You don't know what game they're playing, and you could get burned, literally. Alright, Ward, I'm done with them. We might come back and talk to them again later, but I didn't see any other conversation topics.
Sure, why not?
What do you mean? What's these two people talking about? What's that got to do with Sigil? This is the place humans feel important. We're insignificant in the grand scheme. We're rats. No. Oh, Mokai, hello. You see someone dressed as a female dustman with a half-empty glass in her right hand. As she nears you, she calls out to you. You over there. You notice that there's something wrong about her, and your exposure to the dustman leads you to believe that she's just too lively to be a real member of the faction. Let's approach her. Hey, Cutter. Buy a lady a drink? Who are you? Me? Mokai. Just like you. I just like to, drink here, and, she loses her train of thought momentarily. Just a person. You know? I see. Something else, then? Who's the burning corpse? He's, not a corpse. He's, some crazy wizard. Ask around. They'll tell you the story. Farewell. Smoldering Corpse Patron. This slightly balding man with a cynical cast to his face. This is a slightly balding man with a cynical cast to his face. He speaks in a, oh wow, staccato voice, rapping out each word distinctly and clearly. What do you want, Cutter? Who are you? I am Cillian Irontoes. Before you speak, I got the name because my idiot brother dropped a 50-pound stone on my head, on my feet, and crushed my toes. What the hell, Tim? Now I have iron toes. Alright? Alright, I suppose. Answer some questions, will you? What would you like to know? What can you tell me about this place? This is the Smoldering Corpse. I have brought my greenhorn, clueless prime cousin here to see some of the sights, smells, and sounds of Sigil's beauties. So far, she remains unimpressed. Huh. Can you answer something else? What was that you and your friend were saying about Sigil? My cousin, he stresses the word as if to emphasize that he has no choice in his acquaintance, has recently come here from her backwater prime world. My uncle, a renowned wizard, brought her here to expand her horizons. She labors under the delusion that this is the center of the multiverse, and she thinks it's somehow important. Since I've lived here my whole life, I know otherwise. It's a place the powers in Planeborn overlook, just as humans overlook the squirrels in their city parks. It's not important, and the sooner humans come to realize they're not important, the better off they'll be. Huh. I'll have to hear her justification for this. In the meantime, can you answer some other questions? Actually, I don't think I have any other questions. But let's ask about the Burning Man. Who is that Burning Man by the entryway? Chant has it that's the unfortunate fellow that goes by the name of Ignis. Burned down a portion of the hive before the folks here got together and took care of him. They made him a conduit to the elemental plane of fire, and now he has to writhe there for folks' amusement. Not too amusing, but interesting, certainly. I guess it is. Farewell. This woman has a half far-off cast to her face. She is not exactly young, nor is she exactly old. Perhaps it's the expression of slight disbelief that's etched across her features. The expression says that she doesn't believe her senses. When she focuses on you, she speaks sharply, but not angrily. Do you need something? Who are you? I'm Cyrus Thorntongue. I'm here with my cousin because my uncle doesn't want me wandering the hive on my own. He doesn't seem to think I'm competent on my own. He may be right. I don't know this city or this plane very well. I'm not from here. I'm from the Prime. Oh, you're from the Prime? Yes, visiting, expanding my horizons. The Prime is a fine place to live, but it's a little too real, I suppose. My uncle gives each of his nieces and nephews a few years in the plains, and allows us to remain here if we so desire. I think I might so desire. I am fascinated and repelled. But then, I suppose that's the nature of the plains, isn't it? As I understand it, yes. Do you have enough knowledge to give me some answers? Ask away. I'll answer if I can. What was that you and your friend were saying about Sigil? He's not my friend. He's my cousin. He was just telling me that this isn't the center of the multiverse, despite it being located smack in the middle of the Outlands. Despite it being the focal point of portals from all over the cosmos. There isn't a known place with more, despite all the quarreling the gods do over it, despite the sheer variety and concentration of power that accumulates here. There is no place like this in the cosmos, and he's telling me it's nothing special. Ha! Well, that's an interesting perspective. Perhaps you both have elements of truth. Perhaps you're correct, but I find that such relativism is often beyond me. Either the place is important or it is not. Paradox may fuel the planes, but there must be sense to it somehow. Huh. Not necessarily. But I haven't the time to argue this right now. Instead, I'd like to ask you something else. And actually, I don't have anything else to ask. Have a good day. Alright, so I think we can get free drinks here if we convince her to leave or pay her bill. But I think that's going to be very difficult to do. We'll make one attempt at this really quick. What do you want? You're not really a dust man, are you? She looks around nervously and seems to sober right up. Why do you say that? Because you don't act like a dusty, and you're not offering contracts. In fact, you're taking money instead of giving it out for that corpse labor they do at the mortuary. She stifles with a squeak of horror and hastens to explain. No. I'm not a dustman. I just found these robes in the street and didn't have enough money to get good clothes, and I, heard there was a dustman thief around. But you could probably find him somewhere else in the northwest part of the hive. I saw him, but I hid from him. Please don't hurt me. I'm not planning on it. You ought to know you're not pulling it off too well. Now answer some questions. Tell me about the other patrons here. Don't know. They're just, people. I don't deal much with people. Unless they're buying me a drink. She looks at you hopefully. I can see why. Farewell.
Done.
Alright, I guess we're finally done with the Smoldering Corpse Bar. That was awesome, actually. We found a lot of lore, learned all about the planes. We discovered that we were probably a very horrible person at some point in the past. We've been alive for at least centuries. Keyword on the plural of that. We once knew demons who called us his friends. We have the ability to hopefully have the poor girl who's so terrified of every opening to have an out, so that she can leave this place.
Huh? Your will be done.
What?
Your will be done.
Damn it. Did you see that?
Nice hit, work.
Die. The Karak sings true.
Sorry everyone, I'm not talking much here, but he's gonna taunt him and then stop him from running.
Plain swine. Okay. Okay.
It is I.
Okay,
Alright.
so let's loot these bodies really quick.
Done.
Nice, even more stuff. Oh, that's right, we have that box. We gotta figure out where that goes. I like seeing the Abyssai, like, break out its wings and make itself look larger, more fearsome. That was awesome. people that are not involved in the combat will like flourish their blades and what have you, because you know they don't want to be attacked. I think that's a really nice touch. Guess we'll just hold on to that.
Come on in, buy a drink, see the burning man. He's on fire. You've got to see it to believe it.
Oh, we gotta turn that quest in. We gotta let the dock gentleman know that Jedi is not gonna work for him. So why don't we quickly do that? And then I think I might sell my rat tail charms. We've got so many of them, and I want that money, very much so, because we are going to be buying some tattoos very soon. I think they're incredible in this game, and we will want some. The equipment in this game is just awesome. Oh, this is the wrong place.
Maybe I could gut a dusty.
Well, you know what? While we're here, I guess we'll rest. It is the middle of the night, right? What time is it? 10:30. Yeah, let's head over to here and sleep. There's gonna be a lot of thugs around. Okay, so we click on this, I think. Nope. Click on this. No. What do I click on? Is this it? We rested 8 hours. Alright, this is much more like it. Alright, so now we're going to head back south and then west to talk to... I forget what the gentleman's name... Craddock? Craddock. His name was Craddock.
I'm gone.
Is it over
I'm
here?
gone.
I just thought that was the way west. Obviously I'm incorrect. It must be over this way then. Oh, there it is. Wow, I thought this was a building. That's under this arc. Can I look at it? I cannot look at this. I'm so glad for that little change over Baldur's Gate,
Done.
where you don't need your entire party with you to have the transfer of zones. Oh, that was really frustrating. The AI's been improved, I think, in this as well, somewhat.
Done.
Okay, he's around here somewhere. There he is.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
I'm gonna have to actually remap those numbers again. I keep hitting the wrong one. You see Craddock. His scowl has deepened since when you first saw him. It looks like it's about to crack his face in two. I found Jedi. Is that right? Craddock glances around. Where is he then? He said, that I should fill in for him.
Updated my journal.
Craddock studies you for a moment. Yeah. Ha! He couldn't. He suddenly falls silent. Well, mayhap you can. It's hard work, and there's no drinking on my watch. Understood. Let's get started. The work is long, but at the end of the shift, you are not the least bit tired. Craddock grunts as you return. Yeah, you did well. Here's your pay. He tosses you a handful of coins. Now get. I've got no more use for you. Oh, what about the payment for delivering Jelly's message to you? Craddock grunts. Then he reaches into his purse and counts off 10 commons, which he tosses to you. There's your pay. Now get. Okay, wow, actually no time seems to have elapsed.
Done.
And now we can turn that quest in, I think, for the colorful gentleman back in the northern part of the hive. But we'll be back up that way soon anyway to find... I forget the girl's
Right.
name now. I have to find that poor girl so that we can get her back home. Wow, she's going to be messed up forever. That's... oh, what a terrible phobia to have. Tout here. Tout, tout. Oh, you know what? We could use a tout. Hello, tout. Ooh, I like her hair. It's very cute. This attractive, scantily clad woman calls out to you as she makes her approach. Pardon me, good sir. Pardon. Seem a bit lost, if I may be so bold. Would you require the services of a tout, perchance? Only a single copper, sir. Sure, here's a copper piece. I thank you, sir. 'Tis jink well spent. She pockets the copper coin. There's 2 gates leading from here, both on the westernmost side of the area, one in the north and one in the south. 2 places ye may wish to visit are the Smoldering Corpse Bar and the Tattoo Parlor. Lastly, there's a set of buildings off times called the Tenement of Thugs. A dangerous, dangerous place, sir. What's the Tenement of Thugs? There's a cluster of buildings along the northern side of this area, sir. You want to avoid the place, unless of course you're spoiling for a fight, sir. Where's the tattoo parlor? The parlor's at the eastern end of this area, sir. A dome building with wrought iron mesh atop it. Its entrance faces southwest. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. Cool. I don't think we get... Yeah, we don't get the map filled out. That'd be actually really neat if they had also filled out the map for you. There's harlots around, lots of bandits around. Oh, I'll be right back as well. Okay, there we go. Reassigned the 1 and 2 keys. Isn't that weird? I remember before making a big stink about how I needed it to be the other way. And now, that's no longer the case. Don't we need to talk to her? I think we need to talk with her. For Nod. Yes, that's right. This is Nod's sister.
What's up, Chief?
All right. Die.
Wow. Nice hit.
All right.
Oh, I wanted to sell some stuff, but it's too late now. Well, it's not too late. Wow, we have a ton of things we can sell. Okay, I'm going to be right back, everyone. I'm going to go back and sell some stuff. Okay, everyone, we're back. So I just went and sold off my bracelets and rings.
All right.
We earned about 1,000 something gold, I think, or actually about 800.
Is mine.
You see a young woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. She smells faintly of cheap perfume, and her face, though pretty, is painted with garish makeup. She smiles coyly as she sees you. Seeking some company, love? Are you, by any chance, I can't pronounce her name, Amarius? She stares at you silently for a time, then speaks. I was called that once, long ago. Who are ye? I was sent to find you by Nod, your brother. He's worried about you, and hoped I could tell him how you were. Nod? He's alive? Where? Why didn't he come to seek me out himself? I think he's ashamed. He's a collector now, living in poverty in Ragpicker Square. He doesn't seem quite... right. In the head, I mean.
Updated my journal.
Aye. He was a bit touched, even as a child, when his name was Thotis. Oh, how I've missed him so. Ashamed, though? Ha! Me own work's no more proud. Oh, well. At least I'm doing well for myself, for a hiver at any rate. Eh? I must visit him soon. She looks at you closely for the first time since you've spoken. Are you a friend of Nod's, or... Sort of, I suppose. Why? Could she... She frowns, biting her lip as if considering something. Could she give this to him? She steps close to you and offers you a pouch of what looks to be 100 copper commons. Yes, I swear I'll get it to him.
Updated my journal.
She hands you the pouch. I thank ye. Go speak to Nod for me, and tell him how I worry about him so. I will. Farewell. Right, we will definitely give Nod that pouch. I'm sorry, everyone. I play a good guy in all these games. I can't be mean and just steal money. No way. I guess it depends upon the person, but there's no way I'm going to do that to this poor person and her brother.
Hey, we're being watched, Chief. Just look natural.
Done.
Casual.
Barking Wilder, harlot, live thug. Right, we'll see what that Barking Wilder's up to after we're done with this place. I think. Some more harlots, nothing around here. I think this is the tattoo parlor? Yep, there's the grill we were told about. What is this? Oddly enough, this grillwork appears to have been grown, not forged. A pattern of barbed black branches have been inscribed on this wall. An unusual sort of art. A burning skull has been inscribed onto this wall. Two symbols of duality, flank it. I had the hiccups. The strange-looking chair seems to be where the patron sits. We have a dais here. You see a dais, but something about it strikes you as odd. It has the same shock of white hair, the same greenish cast to its skin, and the same pair of goat horns. Then you suddenly realize that this one is walking on the ground, not floating. And for some reason, that makes you uneasy. Mort, can you translate for me? Mort scoffs. I'd sooner be strained through a Tenari's bowels and unravel what these floating goat heads are trying to say. You want a translator? He nods at Dakan. Get holier than thou and twice as silent to translate. Maybe I will. Alright, let's ask some questions then. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Let's use the mouse instead. The Dabus waits. Who are you? The Dabus inclines his head slightly, and a lone symbol appears above his head. It is blurry at first, then resolves into a white oval with a black lightning bolt through it. For some reason, you know the Dabus has a name. Its name is Fel. I feel like I know you, Fel. Fel bows reverently, and a stream of symbols swirl about his head, rotating clockwise, then counterclockwise. You have to guess at some of the symbols, but you think he said something about this not being the first time you have come to this place. Oh, do you know who I am? Another series of symbols materialize quickly and sharply into focus above Fel's head. These symbols are not as difficult as the others. You think he said he knows you, but he cannot say any more than that. Oh, why not? For a moment, there is no response from Fel. Then a stream of abuses appear, as if trickling out of Fel's mind. You think he's saying he's sorry, but you can't translate the rest. Oh, very well then. I had another question for you, Fel. What is this place? A slow train of symbols materialize around Fel's head. The symbols take several moments to resolve, starting with simple lines, then fleshing themselves out into breathtaking colors. You're guessing at some of the symbols, but you think he's an artist, and this is a tattoo parlor. Oh, can I see what tattoos you have? Okay, well, this is where we buy tattoos from. And it looks like we can sell him some stuff. I don't think he buys any of what I currently have. Some tattoos only I can use. Some tattoos other companions can use. Tattoos are interchangeable. You could consider them, for all intents and purposes, like a badge that you wear. Like, you can take a tattoo off of someone and then put it on someone else if you really want to. The tattoos give you either stat bonuses, or they can give you some special abilities you can use in combat or what have you. So let's look at two examples, for example. So we have Tattoo of the Restless Dead. This tattoo recognizes your efforts to calm the restless dead of the mausoleum. You may draw upon their gratitude to bless yourself and your companions. This tattoo has only a limited number of uses before it vanishes. It lets us cast Bless, which I think gives us +1 to saving throws and our chances to hit. Let's look at a different one as well. We have Tattoo of the Soul. Grants you +2 to Wisdom. This tattoo bolsters the user's wisdom, allowing them to have a greater chance of gaining memories and giving him a greater percentage of experience points earned. Pretty nice, huh? I think we can wear 2 or 3 tattoos. We're going to buy 2 of them, or maybe even 3 right now to start. I'm going to take a Tattoo of Spirit, because having more wisdom is always a good thing. Next, I'm thinking I will take something that improves my charisma. I think that's Presence. This tattoo gives the wearer an edge when interacting with others, giving them a higher presence and leadership ability, +1 charisma. Let's take this one. Or not. There we go. And finally, I'm thinking, let's actually take a usable one. I like this tattoo of the Restless Dead. Let's go ahead and pick it up. When we have more money, we'll come back here and buy better tattoos. Now this one is an active tattoo. I think we have to put it here to use it. So let's do that. I plan to sell the Dirty Rat Charms because we'll be getting a lot more of them as we adventure. And the Tattoo of Spirit can go here. Okay, nice. Also, let's pick up another tattoo. Let's look at Dakon.
It is I.
What is his strength? 17? Let's... Ooh, or do I want his dex? Because that would give him an extra bonus to his armor class. Let's pick up a strength one. This tattoo adds a slight bonus to the user's strength, making his physical attacks more damaging and allowing him to carry more weight. I spent almost all my cash right now. And that gives Dakon a flat 18.
In enduring, grow strong.
So instead of +1 to hit and +1 damage, he's now +1 to hit and +2 damage. Okay, we'll come back to Fel later. We'll be back here often to talk to Fel. But mostly for more tattoos for other companions, or to trade in tattoos for other better ones.
Done.
Let's actually cast a spell. We haven't cast any yet. Let's see, what is this? Reign of Anger. Oh, well, I would if I could. Actually, no, never mind. Let's cast, what is this one? Power of One.
Insert the Mon's name.
That increases his strength dramatically, I believe. Holy crap, 16 hits. Instantly killed that guy.
Okay.
I will hear your path is mine.
Cool. Hey, that was easy.
Balance. Your path is mine. Your will be done.
I guess since he
I
can
shall
carry so much
serve.
weight, he'll begin carrying all of these things, like with the trinkets I don't plan to use. Until my charisma is a little higher. Actually, what are our charisma scores? Mine is 14. Dakon's is 13. Okay, then I should be selling this stuff. Oh, in that case, I might as well hold on to these.
Done.
This wild-eyed man is hunched over, snarling and giving low growls. It looks like he hasn't trimmed his hair in years. It's so long it forms a veil over his eyes. He has a long, stringy mustache caked with grease and sweat, and the tips of the mustache droop so much that they have become tangled in his ragged beard. Growl at him. The man stops in mid-snarl, and he reaches up to the part of the curtain of hair that covers his eyes. As his withered hand pulls away from his dirty locks, several strange, puce-colored bugs fall from his hair and scatter across the cobbles. Behind the cloak of hair, the man's flesh is moon-pale and creased with wrinkles. His thick, bushy eyebrows form a V as he stares at you. Hand. Might take the moonfly, too. Tilt your head to one side as if studying him. The man frowns, but his eyebrows tilt upwards in a reverse V, creating a bizarre expression. You have no idea how he accomplished the facial expression, but it makes you uncomfortable watching the muscles beneath the man's face shift into this new pattern. You can't tell whether he's angry, curious, both or neither. Sing the Kisapika man. Answers prefer a wood woman's heart. A single kiss speaks a woman's heart, but a man's answer is what you would prefer. Very well then. But know this, my answer is a question, and an answer from you is what I would prefer. The man seems mesmerized by your voice. With every word you speak, a light flickers in his eyes. Barking wilder am I! Am I! A wanting, asking a, may you? You may? You may, and I will. Who or what are you? Chaos! He studies out the word, as if having difficulty getting his tongue around it. Some say Zeostex. I say Stactosax. Chaos men. Men no. Nem no. Men yes. 3 no's make a yes. He hunches down on his knees and begins to rock back and forth, singing in a childlike soprano. Chaos men, hop along home. A faction it is, yet we are alone. So you're one of the Chaos men. Very well. I had some other questions. He claps his hands delightedly, like a child at a festival. Then he gives a howling shout. Question! Question! Alright, well, I actually don't guess have anything. We already know he's a Chaos Man. I don't want to join them. I don't think he'll know about Farad, but I guess we can ask. I'm looking for a man named Farad. Do you know of him? The Barking Wilder shrugs and responds in a sing-song voice. Fair odd, not fair, not odd, not lost not, help not, he growls to himself as to clear his throat. Maybe you lose him first. Then ask me. Then fair odds it will be. Forget it then. I'll try to find him on my own. Well, that's one tree with a snapped branch too many. Mort rolls his eyes. No sense in chatting with Zausatex, the chief. They're a barmy bunch. Who are the Zausatex? Wow. Zausatex again. They're a faction who don't have any rules, except they don't keep one thought in their head for too long. They're sometimes called Chaos Men. No need to explain why. How do they get members? They just seem to attract members like flies. Well, members that are crazy or chaotic enough, I suppose. I don't think they have any recruiters, so I really can't say anything about them for sure. I see. Thanks for the information.
All right.
We actually have to kill 3 of them, I think, in order to pay back for justice for the one girl whose sisters were killed. Though perhaps these 3 were the 3 that needed to be killed off. These barrels are probably here to catch rainwater. The only thing that fills them is dust.
I'm gone. Done. I'm gone.
Locked.
What you first took to be a door in this archway is actually a painting. The artist has made use of the shadows of the overhang arc and some subtle texturing effects to give the door the illusion of substance. Oh. Let's examine it. Other than the skill of the artist, there was nothing remarkable about the painting. The door has been painted on a rough stone wall. You can feel the stone and mortar beneath the painted wooden texture.
I'm gone.
Ah, interesting. Starved dog barking thug. Alright, we're here for these guys. Or at least this one. Let's get into position. This wild-eyed man is hunched over, barking and howling at the top of his lungs. Beneath his thick matted hair, you can make out a series of strange tattoos. They run the range from screaming faces to bizarre geometric shapes, to what appear to be lines of verse. He is almost naked, but the dirt and filth covering him gives him the semblance of modesty. I could try to communicate with him, but I'm here to actually defeat him. Greetings. The man whirls on you and gives a low growl. He draws out the growl for a few seconds and starts barking violently at you. In the distance, you can hear answering barks. Snarl back at him, baring your teeth. The man's barking ends with a snarl and he leaps at you. If this is how you want to die, Wolfman.
Your will be done.
Wow, this is awkward.
Die. It is I. Your path is mine.
That was 2 of them.
Endure.
We need a third.
Enduring, grow strong.
Adiziol, Irina, Ard, Rake Chaser. I'm not gonna talk with them. I think they're related to a quest that we're trying to complete. We need to find some... I want to say they're related to the quest that we have to find the cranium rats tails for. I was looking down here to see if this guy was a third one that we needed to kill, though I don't think he was. Oh, I guess there was only 2 of them?
Done.
Okay. You know what? Where...
I hear your words.
Yeah, strength. Wow, his strength is now 19. That's awesome. Plus 3 to hit and plus 7 damage. Holy crap. I'll have to take a look at the spells he can cast a little later. Was she coming for help? You see a pretty young woman. Her hair is in disarray and the bodice of her dress is torn. She looks about in desperation and then notices you. Greetings! She runs up to you and grabs your arm. You notice the front of her dress is stained with blood. Help me, Cutter, please! They're killing my sister! She begins to tug on your arm. Who? She looks around wildly. This drunken man who followed us from one of the taverns. We thought he meant no harm. Please, Cutter, there's no more time. Please help us. Wait. You first said they were killing your sister. Now you said he's killing her. Which is it? She stares at you, unsure what to say. I'm distraught. I made a mistake. She glances at the blood stains on her dress. Please help me, sir. Examine the blood on her dress. You glance down at her dress and look at the blood. Although it does appear to be real, it has completely dried. It must be hours old. That blood is hours old. What are you up to? You see her eyes flick to the blood stains and then back to you. You think you can hear a hint of nervousness in her voice. You're mistaken, Cutter. Please help me. My sister lies dying while we tarry. You're up to something. Tell me what's going on, or I'll kill you. She looks into... I bluffed for that. She looks into your eyes and then glances at the scars that cover your body. She swallows nervously, and you see her pale before your eyes. I'm supposed to lure people into an alley nearby. They're waiting in there to take your jink. She looks at you apprehensively. Get out of here, and don't come back. She nods curtly, and then backs away from you. She hesitates for a moment, and turns to leave. Thank you, Cutter. She sprints off. Let's pay a visit to these would-be thieves, but we're gonna have
What's up,
Mort
Chief?
go in first.
Good as done. What's the word, Chief?
All right, your will be done. Die.
Good for me.
Balance in all things.
Good for Darkon. And they're all dead.
Your will be done.
Okay, well that wasn't so bad. I probably should stop the recording here. We've been playing for, I think, almost an hour. So I'm going to stop here then, everyone. Thank you for watching. When we come back... Oh, just rusty daggers. When we come back, we will... Oh, wow, look at her. She's pretty exotic looking. I like that. Nice, a Clot Charm. We could definitely use them. Those are expensive.
All right.
When we come back,
Done.
I think we'll... Oh. We'll talk for Mourns for Trees.
Hey, we're being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
and then we will turn in a few quests that we haven't managed to complete. And I will see you guys then. Thank you for watching.